Yes, beloved sister. Yes. How can I help you?
Okay, I've been trying to get in touch with you for the past 2 or 3 months. And if I'm interrupting anything, but
No,
I have a dream.
no, sister. You're not interrupt anything. Is it a private conversation or something you wanna share with the nation?
No, I want to share with the nation.
Go
Yes.
ahead, beloved. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to share my dream, and this happened right before the Kentucky destruction. And I told my sister and them, and well, two of my sisters, that I had a dream that I met Lot, and I had never seen Lot other than read about him in the Bible. But I actually seen Lot's face in my dream in the spirit. Could I tell you? Could I tell the nation, Brother Levi?
I'm sorry.
Could I tell the nation my dream?
Go ahead, beloved. Beloved. Go ahead. Don't hold back. Just tell everything. Go ahead.
Okay, I always say when I'm in the spirit. The Lord shows me things. Okay, this dream, whatever was going on in my dream, the spirit guide was with me, and I heard the voice. Somebody was with me. I knew somebody with me, and they was kept telling me, remember Lot and his two daughters. So I didn't understand this, which I did understand. And so whatever was going on in my dream, I went back to doing it. So the voice came again. It said, remember Lot and his two daughters. So this was the second time. So I I ignored that time and whatever was going on in my dream. I can't remember the other part. But the third time, which was the last time, the voice said, remember Lot and his two daughters. So the spirit guide took me to meet Lot. And in my dream, we didn't knock on no door. We didn't open no door. All I know, we just came in the room. Somebody was with me. It was somebody beside me. And I seen everything that was in the room. A lot was at you know how a old school, I seen the desk, the children desks were like blue, maybe a little old wooden desks. And I seen his two daughters to the side, and they said those are Lot two daughters. So I glanced over there at the table. Lot two daughters were sitting at the table. But remind you, Lot was at the board, like where the teacher be writing on. At some board, he was writing on the board. He never did turn around. And I'm observing everything he had on from his head to his feet. His hair was black. His skin was black. He was a black man. And the clothes he had on was sort of like the clothes back in the Bible days, sackcloth clothes, and I know the color and everything. The color of his clothes was like a pumpkin color orange, like a rust color. But he had these old clothes on. It wasn't a shirt, it wasn't no pantsuit. It just cloth, I guess linen sackcloth. And I'm looking at Lot. He never did turn around. He's still writing something on the board. And this voice, it wasn't mine, but whoever was with
Yes,
me,
sir.
they called Lot one time. They said, Lot. And Brother Levi, when he turned around, I saw Lot's face. He was a black man. He had like a goatee, he had like a beard.
We'll go.
And when he
I'm
turned
talking to
around
somebody. Okay.
and looked, that's when, I guess, when I woke up, when I was taking out the spirit.
Hmm.
And I told my sister the next day, I said, I dreamed about Lot. I met Lot. I actually saw his face,
Hmm.
and he was writing some on the board. And in my mind, I kept thinking, what did that mean? What did that mean?
Hmm.
What
Well.
I got out of it,
Hmm.
it was it was telling me. So I read the story of Lot and his two daughters
Hmm.
when the Most High was destroying Sodom and Gomorrah, and he told Lot to get his daughters and his wife, which his wife looked back and turned to a pillar of salt. But Lot and his two daughters were saved out of destruction. So that's what I got. God was telling me destruction is coming. That was right before the Kentucky tornado when it tore up Kentucky. It came right. I'm from Mississippi. It came through here and went straight and tore up destruction in
In
Kentucky.
Kentucky, yes. All right. So,
Yeah,
that's all your dream was?
yeah. And I met Lot. So that's what I took out of it.
Okay,
But
well, what I'm getting from this dream, remember the story of Lot in Genesis. The story begin, I believe, somewhere in Genesis 18, when the archangel Raphael, Gabriel, and Michael came in to announce. I believe Raphael came in to announce the Don child unto Abraham, and he told Abraham that Sodom and Gomorrah is about to be destroyed. So,
uh-huh.
and but Abraham has Lot in there, which was his nephew
Yeah.
or cousin, I believe his nephew. And he said
It
that
was a nephew.
he pled with them. He said, what if you guys find like 50,000 people in there that are righteous? Will you destroy it?
Yes.
And angels say, if we find 50,000, we will not. If we find 20, they keep going down. And then Abraham say, well, what if you find one person? And then the angel
Uh-huh.
sign, if we find one person, we will not destroy it. So now the angels went over there, Gabriel, Raphael, and Michael. So they went over there to Lot and saved Lot. And when they get there, and the other books, when you read, Lot's wife did not want to go because Lot
Yeah.
was a very rich and powerful man. They had so much wealth. So the
Uh-huh.
wife did not want to go. So not Lot too. Lot didn't want to go. Lot was like, wait, you mean to tell me I am going to leave all my gold and silver and all the cows, all the cattle, all those wealth and stuff for destruction? And then Lot say, I'm staying. The wife say, we staying. And there was an argument. That's why they say the angel pressed them. The angel has to physically put their hands upon Lot and remove him by force because he didn't want to go. So
Yeah.
when Lot and his wife and his two daughters gone, the wife was complaining and complaining. The wife did not want to go. And then when the angels say, do not turn around and look, that has nothing to do with the whole nuclear thing. That has a thing to do with obedience, obeisance. She
Yeah.
disobeyed. She turned around and she looked, and then she turned into the pillar of salt. So therefore, this dream, this message that we are receiving here, is technically there is a scenario right now going on, and it's a continuous scenario. It's not only going to pass with the tornadoes; it's going to keep happening. You warn those
Yeah. Yeah.
people. You warn those people. They're gonna listen to this dream. You warn them, get out of the church, get out of all those scumbag stuff, come to the Most High. And some of them, including your own family member, you will physically put your hand on them and then grab them out of this thing, and then they will turn back. Then they will be destroyed. They will be
Yeah.
destroyed.
I told my sister. I did. I told my sister that they listen, but I got family members that's still in the church. They say, they say they know the Most High, but they what with me, I've been woke, years ago, but I'm still coming into the truth, and I have came into the truth. But I still got family members that choosing to stay in the state that they are. They don't want to come out of it. And I keep telling every day, my own person, my sister, brother, my husband, my children. I'm like, you got to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Get out of, be separate, come out of it. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to listen. They want to stay in the world.
Well,
And I tell them about the terrorists. The terrorists, I see them every night on
yes,
a clear night.
yes, they
They
are.
they, they call me crazy. They're like, oh, them just moving. So I'm telling them, I'm like, the angels and the chariots are here. I see them. And when I tell them to look up, oh, Mama, you always look at the stars. I said, look at the stars moving. They are beings. They are angels. I'm seeing them every clear night. I come out all the time. I come out and pray under the stars. And when I talk to them, they move. I call them my friends. And they know that I'm aware that they are around. And I also have angels around. And I can feel them. And sometimes I hear them singing. And I can hear voices. And I tell people, they call me crazy, big Brother Levi.
Uh,
They're like, you crazy.
well,
I'm like, these angels,
that, that
the heavenly host is here.
that's why they were calling Noah crazy. They were calling Abraham crazy, and even Lot and his wife called the angels crazy. So, yeah, but it happened. That's all it is, beloved. That's all you want to share with the nation because we all
Yeah, yeah,
going.
because I've been trying, I've been hearing, I've been watching you, and during the time when the man said that the Most High got up off the throne,
Yes,
I watched that video, and you know, And I was like, oh, it's too late for me to call in because, I'm like, I need to tell him this. I met Lot. I met him personally. I saw his face. But in the spirit realm, he kept saying, remember Lot and his two daughters. And I'm like, okay, what that mean? Remember, they kept saying, remember Lot and his
Yeah,
two daughters.
remember Lot and his two daughters. Again, let's just go a little bit over Lot and his two daughters. Remember, for the people that don't know the story, or the people that know it generally, when Lot escaped, the city was destroyed, the mother died. So the two daughters and the city was, Sodom and Gomorrah was considering the entire world. So the two daughters thought the entire world was destroyed. They thought there was no men left, so they decided, well, if there is no men left, we cannot let the seed of our father to die, to perish. So the oldest one tell the youngest one, well, let us give our father wine, and then later on, let us go ahead and lie with him. So they gave the father wine, and then the father got drunk, and the oldest one go unto the father, uncover his feet, and she lied with him, and then she got impregnated by the father. And then in the next morning, the younger sister went in, and she did the same thing. She uncovered the father's feet, and she did what needs to be done, and she hold child for her father. Now those the two children were born. One name was Moab, and the other
Moab.
name was Ammon. So therefore, through our research, again, we will have people go against that. That's fine. That's what you learn. We learn different. You learn different. That's all good. We will not argue with this. The so-called Moab, the Moabites, the descendant of Moab, or the so-called the Chinese and China, okay, or any Asian-looking fellow. The so-called
Yes.
Ammon, or the Japanese over there in that land of Japan, which is not the land, neither China. So that's why you see the Japanese and the Chinese look alike, and they hated each other. Okay, they're always fighting with each other. They hated each other. So when they say remember Lot daughters, and we have to remember both the Chinese and the Japanese, China is pretty much done. China is like, it's terrible over there. So maybe
and you know, excuse me, brother, I knew they slept with their father, but even I'm 50 some years old. I'm just not learning the name of those kids. I did research Moab and the Amma, or whatever the name was. I can't. It's a long name, but I did. I said Moab, and I knew who Moab is to China. It's China. Yes, and I just learned that. But I have read the story of Lot. But
yes,
all these years, I just not learned the name of
the children.
two daughters, children.
Yes. So now we have to keep an eye on China and an eye on Japan, which is Japan and China is being completely destroyed right now. The natural disasters, so to speak, the angels are wreaking havoc. I mean, if somebody you can see this, I don't know what to say, but
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I can't see it. I mean, they don't. I guess if it's not happening here in their face, but I'm like, I keep telling myself, do y'all see what happened over on the other side of the world, and even here in America? But people just don't. I mean, they're just not. I don't know. They're just not getting it.
Yes, the most I haven't opened their eyes though. But anyway, nonetheless, beloved, I will share this with the nation. It will be uploaded, and then they will see it. And right now it's 1:45. I have to leave. Thank you for calling us. What's your name again, so I can save your number?
My name is Lori Salter, and I'm from Columbus, Mississippi.
Lori?
Lori Salter.
Okay,
and I'm glad I called you because it's been worrying me. I want to call you for months.
Yes, no problem. The reason why Lot indeed was a black man, but the reason why his children become what you call Chinese and stuff, because they were incest children. Their skin mutated. Those two children are not natural children because they are the children of their grandfather. So it was an abomination for them to exist. So that's why you see them like this, and that's why you see the so-called Moabites. They eat all sort of things, including human flesh or bats and stuff like that, because they're messed up in the head. For those of you who watch anime, you see the so-called Japanese, the North Korean, the South Korean. Those people, their cultures like are very, very bizarre. When you watch, you're like, yo, if anybody and back then when I used to get involved with cyber stuff, when I'm watching some Japanese thing, I'm like, why would you Japanese all interested in tentacles, and this is weird. Like they always have feces involved in any kind of sexual stuff they are doing. It's crazy. So that they are
Yeah.
unnatural people. So that's what it is.
But
That's
the
what I
Most
want to
High.
say. So anyway, beloved, I'm running late right now. Let me go ahead and do
Okay.
this, and
Thank
then
you.
whenever I come back online, we will discuss this. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, beloved.
Shalom, fam.
Shalom.
All right.
All right. All praises to the Most High. Fast, pray, repent, repeat. May the King reign forever.